Hello, everybody. My name is Christian Medina. I am a student at Los Medanos Community College, and today I will be doing a presentation for theater appreciation. These last couple months, I have had the privilege of talking to a man named Daniel Botello. He is 27. He is from Los Angeles, California. He graduated from Cal State Fullerton with a BFA in acting and is currently a playwright. He had a very unique experience as far as getting into the theater. He didn't start acting until he was a junior in high school, and during college he took a playwright class but didn't start taking writing seriously until after he had already graduated. He sort of finds that he needs to be doing something, but he's not exactly sure what he wants to be doing in theater. He enjoys acting, he enjoys writing, and is currently trying to produce original music for the theater. And so he just finds that he wants to be doing something for theater. It doesn't really matter what. He is a very well-rounded person as far as theater goes. That being said, he has experienced some difficulties. The biggest, he says, were mostly in his head, especially as a writer. It can be very discouraging when you don't have larger corporations such as Netflix and whatnot looking at your writings. You have your friends and you just keep passing your drafts to them until they send feedback and then say, hey, I think this is what should happen. And then you just keep revising it, not knowing if any of these larger masses of people are going to see it. And so that can be very discouraging sometimes, but you just need to keep writing and keep working on it despite that. Another thing that he has struggled with individually, and he says many other people struggle with, is laziness. When you're writing, it's very easy to get distracted. It's very easy to look on social media or say you're going to watch one video and then hours have passed and you get back to work and you haven't done anything. You're just staring at a blank page. And that, again, is very discouraging sometimes. But you just need to put your nose to the grindstone and keep working until you get it where it needs to be. Send it to get looked at. And then when it gets sent back to you, you just got to keep doing that and keep revising it until it's where it needs to be. He finds that his personal experiences are greatly reflected in his works, despite the fact that they are fiction. He finds that the lessons and some of the experiences are very similar and a reflection of his own personal life. And he believes that this makes his works more easy to connect to emotionally for the audience. He, believes that the theater is a place that everybody connects to emotionally, and that's what makes it very unique. And with that, he says he wants to see it become more relevant in the future. In recent years, he says he can sort of see it sort of starting to fade, and that it's being cast a shadow by movies, by newer technologies and whatnot, and that he wants to see them use those technologies to make it more relevant in the future. As far as personal development goes, he wants one of his plays to be completely taken from him and put on stage without him having to do much. He wants somebody to look at one of his pieces and fall so in love with it that they're willing to put all of the work to get it put on stage. He thinks that would be a very gratifying moment for him. He has had quite a few inspirational figures in other playwrights that he looks up to, but the three most influential to him would be Stephen Adly Guirgis and Sam Shepard and John Patrick Shanley. Specifically, Stephen Adly Guirgis, he greatly admires his passion and his perspective and his fearlessness. He says that his own experience is sort of connected to the writer, and that he connects to that writing very much. And that along with that, Guirgis has a way with words and plays and music, and that he sort of makes the environment. You sort of see the play even if you're just reading it. You're not actually performing it or seeing it performed. He has had some successes. This last summer, he was able to put one of his plays into a festival. It was the Hollywood Fringe Festival, and he was able to actually win an award for this play. And so that was probably one of his most rewarding moments. Along with that, while he says that while they were getting ready, maybe an hour beforehand, he had time to sort of just step back and see what all was going on. And he saw all of the actors, off to the side, rehearsing their lines with each other, going back and forth, seeing what they could do to improve each other last minute. He saw the director. She was with the lighting, with all the tech crew. They were trying to figure out how to best get the emotions across at the exact moment. And he said that that was a moment that just made him step back and say, wow, these people trusted him enough. They were putting their time and effort into his work, and he trusted them enough that he gave his work to them, and he was not worried that they wouldn't be able to pull it off. He knew that everybody was putting their heart and soul into this production. And so that was the most fulfilling experience as far as theater goes that he has ever experienced. In the future, he wants to, again, see theater become more relevant. And so he is currently doing what he can to sort of make that happen. As I said before, he is currently looking into music, but he still plans to continue his work in the other aspects of theater as well, and perhaps expand his reach into other aspects of theater. So this concludes my presentation. Thank you for listening.